The halls before you have been graced by legends, immortals whose accomplishments, character, and actions have inspired generations.
I couldn't be happier to be here today.
I'm so proud and deeply honored.
Everyone stood on the stage before me and will stand here after me has had a passion for the sport of tennis.
All I ever really wanted to accomplish was my love for tennis and to share with others that you can play tennis.
And I just want to thank all the past Hall of Famers. It wouldn't be the same if I didn't have people to look up to that had done it before me.
They represent a tradition of unbridled excellence within the global tennis community. But who exactly are these men and women whose stories fill these halls? They are heroes, competitors, friends, rivals, style icons, fan favorites, inspirations, history makers, cultural icons, barrier breakers, game changers. They are perseverance embodied, excellence defined. They are the Hall of Famers.
This is the end. This is dream came true.
Thank you, tennis. You gave me the rod.
Today, we will witness two inspiring individuals join tennis's ultimate roll of honor.
It's a great honor to be inducted in the Hall of Fame. You're being part of tennis history, and I think that's the biggest compliment and the biggest honor there is.
It is incredible, it's exciting, it's overwhelming, and I'm thrilled to be here and thrilled to be included in the class of 2023. Thank you.
Two legends who will be forever celebrated for their accomplishments and their lasting impact. Today, Esther Vergeer and Rick Draney become the recipients of tennis's ultimate honor, induction into the International Tennis Hall of Fame.
Good evening, everybody. Newport, Rhode Island. How are we feeling tonight? Welcome, everybody, to the International Tennis Hall of Fame induction ceremony. It is a pleasure to be here with you to celebrate the presentation of tennis's ultimate honor. I'm Brett Haber from Tennis Channel, and I'm pleased once again to serve as your host here at this beautiful place where the legends of tennis are enshrined and tennis history is celebrated in gorgeous Newport, Rhode Island. Absolutely. As you know, induction into the International Tennis Hall of Fame is the crowning achievement for any tennis player. It is the cap on top of an extraordinary career. Now, we have a wonderful night ahead for you as we celebrate the induction of two inspiring all-time greats. Won't you join me in applauding for the first time the class of 2023, Esther Vergeer and Rick Draney. Now, those of you who have been with us before for Enshrinement Weekend know that one of the great traditions here at the Hall of Fame is the annual gathering of the Hall of Famers who've traveled back from around the world to welcome the newest inductees. And this year is no different. We have a remarkable group of tennis champions to celebrate and welcome the new class. Won't you join me in welcoming them home to Newport? And this is not one of those cases where you have to wait until the end to applaud. You can cheer for them one by one as their names are announced. We start with the winner of 12 major titles in doubles and mixed. She was inducted in 1996 as a player, and again 2 years ago as a member of tennis's original nine. Ladies and gentlemen, Hall of Famer Rosie Casals. She, too, was one of the 9 women who took a bold stand more than 50 years ago by signing those $1 contracts to play professional tennis, leading to today's thriving WTA Tour. Inducted with tennis's original 9 also in 2021, please welcome Judy Dalton. He is a tennis journalist, author, and globally renowned historian. You've read his work, no doubt, as a fan of this sport. From the class of 2017, our friend Steve Flink. An American athlete who had an extraordinary vision. In the 1970s, he pioneered wheelchair tennis, developing the sport from scratch to what it is now, one of the most well-developed parasports globally. From the class of 2010, Brad Parks. She is a four-time Paralympic gold medalist, four-time ITF world champion from the class of 2017, Hall of Famer Monique Kalkman. She is a former world #1 in both singles and doubles, a three-time U.S. Open champion, Australian Open champion, and the winner of major doubles titles at both Wimbledon and Roland Garros. She was inducted into the International Tennis Hall of Fame in 2017 and now serves as the honorary president of this organization. Please welcome home Kim Clijsters. She is a four-time major champion, including singles titles at both Roland Garros and the Australian Open. From the class of 2019, Mary Pierce. She is a former world #1 and two-time U.S. Open champion, both in her teens. From the class of 1992, the great Tracy Austin. And we follow with another U.S. Open legend, the winner of back-to-back titles in New York in 1997 and 98, and a former world #1 from Australia in the class of 2006, Hall of Famer Pat Rafter. Now, in addition to our returning Hall of Famers, the guests of honor this evening need to be introduced. They will sit with their families in the audience for now and will join this elite group on stage shortly. First, to introduce formally, he is the pioneer of the quad division of wheelchair tennis. He was a three-time ITF year-end world #1 in quad singles and winner of 5 British Open titles plus 7 U.S. Open titles. Please welcome, for the first time, the newest member of the Hall of Fame from California, Rick Draney. And his partner in this class of 2023, an extraordinarily accomplished athlete by any standard. She is, and I need to take a breath to rattle off these accomplishments, an 8-time Paralympic medalist, a 13-time ITF world champion, and the winner of 21 major singles titles, 27 major doubles titles. When she retired, she had a winning percentage of 96% and was on an active win streak of 470 straight matches won. Ladies and gentlemen, from the Netherlands, Esther Vergeer. If those credentials and those people don't inspire you, prepare to be inspired even further as this evening unfolds. Now, to help us get the evening started, please welcome to the podium our honorary president, Kim Clijsters.
Thank you, and I'm very honored to be here today for the first time as honorary president. Induction into the International Tennis Hall of Fame is the ultimate honor in tennis, and today it will be presented to 2 very deserving individuals, and I'm so pleased to be here to welcome them in. But first, we would like to take a moment to recognize a very special guest. In 2021, the original 9 of women's tennis were inducted into the International Tennis Hall of Fame in recognition of the courageous actions that they took to create an opportunity for women to play tennis professionally and to earn a living through the sport. And I'm, of course, personally very grateful. One member of the original 9 was not able to travel to Newport for the induction in 2021, and we were delighted to celebrate her today. So let's take a look at the video.
In the summer of 1970, we had actually talked about maybe doing women's tennis alone, because we weren't recognised at all in those days. We all had the same view, that we thought that women's tournaments could stand up by themselves. The picture that we had of the original 9 of us holding up the dollar bill, I don't really think we realised quite what it was all going to mean, and also the repercussions of what was going to happen when we did that.
The 9 women who left a legacy that we still see in action every day in our sport. Ladies and gentlemen, the original 9.
We wanted any girl in the world, if she was good enough, to have a place to compete, to be recognized for her accomplishments, not only her looks. Now we're going to hear from our friend in Australia, Judy Dalton.
Hi girls, it's just great to see you. Thank you so much for the honour.
The original 9, I think, changed a lot of sports. I don't think that was just tennis. It changed the universities thinking about giving the same opportunities to the women's team as the men's, so that then they could import players in so they could get a better standard. We then had the beginning, really, of equality.
And most importantly, to be able to make a living playing professional tennis. And it's an honor and privilege to stand with these women and make history once again.
It is my absolute honor and privilege to present the Hall of Fame medal to Judy Dalton. You can say something.
Oh, thank you very much. I'm overwhelmed. I didn't think that that it would be like this. It's the most amazing feeling. Doing the video in 2021 was rather strange. I did it in the kitchen of our apartment, so it's a slightly different thing today. First of all, Kim, I'd like to say thank you so much for presenting it, and congratulations on being present. It's wonderful. I'd just like to say how honoured I am, and to join this elite group. I feel that what we did as the original 9 was something unique, and to be honoured altogether. I would have loved to have been here, but this is nearly as good. In fact, it's better, really. So thank you all very much, and I hope you all enjoy yourself, and thank you. Thank you.
We congratulate Judy once again, and we thank you and all the members of the original 9 for all they did to help put this sport where it is today. We would now like to take a moment to remember some very special people who've left a lasting impact on our sport. Sadly, since last we gathered here in Newport, the tennis world has lost 3 Hall of Famers. Let's take a moment to remember these legends. This New Jersey native won both Wimbledon and the Australian Championships in 1951, despite never taking a tennis lesson in his life. A 3-time winner of the U.S. Indoor Championships and a 1976 inductee into the Hall of Fame, Dick Savitt.
I want to take this opportunity, too, to tell Dick Savitt how he inspired me to play tennis when I was 10 years old, watching him practice with my dad at the Houston Country Club. He had just come back from winning Wimbledon, and I remember watching him and thinking, if I listen to my dad and practice hard, maybe I can play there someday too. Dick, you probably never realized what an inspiration you were to me.
But obviously I was very happy about being elected to be honored with all the other players who are in the Hall of Fame. I played all over, I tried hard, and got lucky in a couple of big tournaments. And I guess that was my contribution.
This Aussie won 13 Grand Slam titles, including 11 in mixed doubles, and all 4 in the calendar year 1967. From the class of 2010, the great Owen Davidson.
He's just a down-to-earth sort of a bloke that, well, you'd like to have as a friend.
I guess I would like to consider myself, number one, a good sportsman, a good all-rounder, somebody that participated or worked in just about all different aspects of tennis, bar none.
Nick Bollettieri obviously was like a second dad to me, and I know how much he cared about me and loved me.
Nick changed my life, undoubtedly, trying to become the best tennis player that I can be. Nick Bollettieri allowed me the opportunity, and I'll never be able to thank him enough.
I would like to thank Nick Bollettieri, the entire staff at the Academy. They made me feel so welcome. I honed my skills there hour after the hour.
I've watched him teach, absorb, dispel, defy, embrace, create, laugh, holler, get serious, get wisdom. I've watched him inquire and inspire. He sold his place. They kept his name. Smart, because Nick is why kids came.
What I hope I will be remembered for is daring to follow my passion and hopefully igniting that spark of passion in others.
So we're in a commercial, everybody.
The museum.
Thank you for how quickly you all got organized. That was impressive.
Unreal to realize that I'm going to be part of this actually, and that I am one of the players that is going to be here for the rest of my life is actually something really unbelievable to realize. Well, then you see those items back in the museum, it brings back memories, and those memories are wonderful. And I think it shaped me in my personal life, but it shaped them and my family as a whole as well. It's making me proud because, you know, when I was playing, I was just playing because I love the sport. And I think this museum tells the love of tennis in all sorts of ways. Being part of tennis history is so big that you cannot even explain what the honor is. And I think this is the biggest compliment you can ever have as an athlete.
About 30 seconds back, everybody. How we doing, okay? Yeah? Are you guys nervous? Hey, Rick, you nervous? Good, okay. You should be. This is huge. Welcome back to the International Tennis Hall of Fame, everybody. How are we doing so far? The hour has arrived to begin the enshrinement of the class of 2023. Over the years, as you may know, just 264 people throughout tennis history have been the recipient of this, the sport's ultimate honor, Hall of Fame induction. Today, we add 2 more inspiring champions to that roster. First, to officially present Rick Draney. International Tennis Hall of Famers get to have some people that are important to their lives present them for induction, and this is no different. And so we welcome the current director of wheelchair tennis for the USTA to give some messages on the video board, Jason Harnett.
It was 1996, and I was walking into the Rack Club of Irvine in Irvine, California, to attend my first U.S. Open Wheelchair Tennis Championships as a coach. Steve Everett, the player I was coaching at the time, was by my side. As we approached the front courts at RCI, I heard an enormous forehand being hit, and I turned to see who it was who had hit it. And I looked at Steve and I said, "Who is that guy? And why does he look so serious?" Steve replied, "Oh, you noticed the forehand? Yeah, that's Rick Draney, and he is the best quad player in the world. And as tough as he looks, he really is a wonderful guy." That was my first impression of Rick. Big forehand and serious. Probably the way Rick wanted it. By the way, he won the US Open that year. A couple of years later, in 1998, I joined the very first team of national coaches for wheelchair tennis at the USTA. It was in that same year of 1998 that I had my first taste as a captain at World Team Cup, which is wheelchair tennis's equivalent to Davis Cup and Billie Jean King Cup. Rick, of course, was on the team. Now here I am as this very young coach in my mid-20s, leading a team of older, more experienced players who were beyond motivated to win the historic and inaugural Quad World Team Cup event. Rick helped me to understand. Say little, keep your eyes and ears open, but speak freely when you do. That is where trust is built. That is where our friendship truly began. With Rick in the lead, our team won that inaugural Quad World Team Cup Championship in Barcelona, Spain. As a coach of elite tennis athletes, you can look for intangibles that are universal: speed, agility, emotional intelligence, tactical intuition, and structural integrity within stroke production. Rick had all of it. Speed that was world-class, a forehand that stood alone within the division, and honestly, the highest tennis IQ in an athlete I had ever worked with or known. Rick was a very special athlete, not specifically to wheelchair athletes, but all athletes, period. 6 US Opens, 5 British Opens, 3 year-end World Championships, 2 World Team Cup Championships, and a gold medal at the Paralympic Games in quad rugby confirmed that. Rick was exceptional and transformative. He taught me the art of constantly striving to improve. Everything that Rick did in his life surrounded the drive to improve, including improving the lives of those around him. I didn't know Rick when he was 20 to 21 years of age, having survived an accident that would forever change the trajectory of his life. I didn't know how he was raised by his parents, how much religion had formulated his moral compass, or how driven he was to be exceptional at whatever he did. I learned all of this later as our paths crossed and our friendship grew. His innate ability to lead and to be a visionary led the quad division in its inclusivity at all levels of the wheelchair tennis game to greater heights than it had ever seen. He was the right person at the right time in history to engage the young and old, to improve and love the game of tennis like all of us here do. He became the tournament director for the most historic and prestigious wheelchair tennis tournament in the world for the better part of a decade, the US Open for wheelchair tennis. He also gave of himself as a volunteer at the USTA and the ITF over the last 35 years, all with the altruistic view and attitude of creating opportunities for others within wheelchair tennis. Plain and simple, living a selfless life defines Rick as a human being. Others always first. I will share with you a particular academic exercise we did with our Team USA wheelchair athletes. We were asked to list out the character traits of people in our lives that have had a transformative impact upon us. Heroic traits such as strength, integrity, morality, humility, honor, selflessness, truthfulness, perseverance, and the immensely important loyalty. With very little reflection, it was clear that Rick, too, possessed all the traits of a hero for me. Living a noble life with grace and dignity, all the while focused on helping to create opportunities for others. That is a life built upon a foundation of integrity. That has been Rick's life. In closing, what Rick has meant to myself, my family, and to so many others over the last 4 decades is immeasurable. Our lives have been altered by his presence and ours. He may feel that he has lived a fortunate life in many ways, but it is all of us who are the fortunate ones. Having him in our lives has altered the trajectory of our paths for the better. Ladies and gentlemen, I could not be prouder to present my friend and now member of the International Tennis Hall of Fame, Rick Draney.
Jason, thank you for your kind and very complimentary words and for all that you've meant to me through so many years. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being here to celebrate this occasion. I don't know about you, but I'm having a really great day. Thank you. It's actually been a wonderful several days as we've been here at the Hall of Fame and doing everything that we've done. It is an incredible honor to be recognized as one of the newest members of the International Tennis Hall of Fame class. Thank you to the entire International Tennis Hall of Fame family for your efforts and kindness extended to me throughout the past several months, weeks, and days to make this experience for me so personal and meaningful. Thank you to my family and friends who were able to be here to share this with me. I am mindful of family and friends who were not able to be here in person as well, but who are here with me in spirit. I thank each of you for who you are and for what you have done for me and for what you mean to me. Thank you to the current Hall of Famers who are here supporting us. I look forward to joining you very soon. I express my heartfelt thanks to those who were involved in my nomination, selection, and induction, and for the commitment and support of those who are devoted to preserving and honoring the significance, legacy, and future of tennis. From the first class of 1955 to the newest class of 2023, it is incredibly overwhelming to think that I am now one of 264 individuals in the entire history of this great sport to be enshrined. Esther, congratulations on your career, your accomplishments, your impact, and your legacy. It is even more special for me to be inducted at the same time as you. Unbeaten from 2003 until you retired. How incredible. I have to add one little side note here. I was really hoping that technically I would get to be the inductee first between the two of us. That way, I am going to claim that I finally am the one in 20 years to beat Esther. That is now a part of my legacy. Ladies and gentlemen, I am grateful for the journey that I have enjoyed. I am proud of the determination that allowed me as a quadriplegic with little to no hand function to develop a method of securing a racket in my hand consistently and comfortably so that I could play. I am proud of the creativity and innovation, if you will, that prompted me to then wrap my hand and wrist with the adhesive side out so that I could make better contact with the push rim to move more effectively and efficiently. I am proud of the many opportunities I had to share what I had learned and developed with other quadriplegics so they could participate and play. I am proud of being an advocate and campaigner for possibilities and opportunities for growth of the quad division in the United States and around the world since I began playing in 1984. Well, I'm getting old. I am proud of my willingness to work hard and to put in the effort to improve. I am proud of my successes and accomplishments on the court during my era. Through my involvement with wheelchair tennis, I am proud of the subsequent opportunities I had to honor tennis by seeking to give back to the sport that had given so much to me, like so many others had done before me. I am proud of the occasions I had to volunteer for and even lead camps and clinics for youth and adults across the globe. I am proud of the opportunity I had to work alongside tremendous organizations and a talented and dedicated volunteer committee to host the U.S. Open Wheelchair Tennis Championships for 9 years in San Diego. And if along the way I had the opportunity to inform and educate, to encourage and motivate, and to even inspire others through my efforts, I am proud to have been able to do so. I have sought to conduct myself on and off the court with integrity and respect for the sport and the division that means so much to me. I recognize that I am far from perfect, and I apologize for any offense that I may have caused along the way, although I still think I was right on at least a couple of those line calls. Having said all of this, I fully recognize that whatever my contributions, my accomplishments, my successes, my impact, or my legacy may be, I did none of this alone. I am thankful for the God-given talents, abilities, and skills with which I have been blessed. I am grateful for the love and support of family. I cherish the associations and friendships developed and endure. I am grateful for coaches and mentors that guided my path. I am grateful for the governing bodies, leaders, sponsors, and volunteers that do the hard work. I treasure the memories. Oh, the memories. I humbly acknowledge that because of all of this, I have been able to experience, accomplish, and enjoy everything that I have. To each and every one of you, thank you for what you have given me. Today, I am truly honored to be a recipient of the ultimate honor in tennis. Thank you.
What an inspiring speech, meritorious of an inspiring man. Rick, congratulations again on this well-deserved honor. We will be back to Newport in just a moment.
Today I have an opportunity for myself and wonderful family and friends that are with me throughout this enshrinement weekend to tour the museum and to see my personal displays and plaques and tribute for my induction into the International Tennis Hall of Fame. It is so incredible and wonderful and amazing and personal to think that you are now a part of everything that is in this hall that is being recognized and memorialized, and the legacy and the history and the traditions. You just have to breathe deep and just keep trying to take it all in. I gotta go look at Esther's or I'll really start crying. You think that you know a little bit about tennis and the history of tennis and that you've tried to honor and respect the game as an athlete, but until you're here and you see everything that you're seeing and you think about everything that everybody has accomplished and contributed, and to know that you've had a role in that now, that you're part of that history and that tradition and that legacy is just such an honor. Brad and Monique being here today, it means so much to know that their legacy and my legacy are connected and that I've been able to learn what I learned from them and be motivated by them.
You were a champ, man.
Well, we all were. I guess that's why we're all here. To have this happen is just overwhelming. It really is, but it's wonderful. It is wonderful. Can I start over and do it all again? That was a lot of fun.
Test, test. Good. Okay, about 20 seconds back. We'll clap this one back in. How did Rick do, everybody, huh? And Marie, count us in. 5. Here we go. Let's clap it in. Here. And welcome back to Newport, everybody, where we are about to welcome the second member of the class of 2023. As you heard Rick allude to, she is an extraordinarily accomplished woman, and we welcome her to the International Tennis Hall of Fame to present Esther Vergeer. Let's hear from someone who knows her extremely well, her former coach and coach to many accomplished stars, Sven Grunefeld.
2009, I received a call from Mark Kalkman asking me if I would possibly be interested to speak to Esther Vergeer. I thought, why me? And he said, well, we would like for you to work with Esther Vergeer. And I said, well, I don't have any experience in wheelchair tennis. I have 20 years of experience working with men, female players on the WTA and ATP Tour, but wheelchair tennis? He said, it's not about tennis, it's about Esther. Esther is contemplating whether she should continue her career or maybe end it. So, long story short, here I am today and speaking to you, Esther, and everybody, about Esther, not only as a player, but as a person and an inspirator that have played an incredible amount of tennis, has been undefeated for 470 matches, was ranked 668 weeks at #1, won 4 gold medals in singles at the Paralympics, has an incredible record that is almost not reached by anybody. And who knows, maybe one day somebody will break this. But Esther inspired me. She led me to believe that anything is possible, because it was inspirational to be with her on court, but also off court, to see her interact and to lead and to inspire the people that are watching her, but also that she helps in her foundation. She's an incredible, powerful woman that has overcome incredible hurdles and even beat cancer. She has a wonderful family with an incredible daughter and 2 daughters with Marijn that has incredible inspirational family bond. We worked together for over 3 years. And I remember the first time we sat together at the National Center in Amsterdam, where she had to play the Masters series. And it was my first tournament with Esther, and she was already undefeated for 7 years. Now, mind you, no pressure. Esther got to the final, was down a set, and got into the tiebreak. And I was sweating bullets. I was afraid that this was going to be her defeat in 7 years, the first time. But no, she showed up. She showed her strength, her determination, no fear, incredible power and will, and overcome again and won the championships. From there on, I was able to witness her development. We focused on Esther, her tennis off court, about increasing her strength, and even created a new wheelchair specifically made towards her body. This led her to win her 4th gold medal at the Paralympics in London. I'm so proud of being part, a small part, of Esther and her life as a tennis player, but more important, as a mother, as a friend, and as an incredible woman. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a great pleasure to welcome to the stage the new Hall of Famer, Esther Vergeer.
trots dat ik hier kan zijn. Okay, I haven't said anything and I'm already crying. Congrats, Rick. We made it. We did it. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, fellow tennis enthusiasts, and of course my family. Today, I stand before you as a humbled and honored individual, filled with gratitude as I'm inducted into the prestigious International Tennis Hall of Fame. I take you back to March 15, 1989. I'm laying on my stomach in a hospital bed I hear a lot of beeps, see a lot of tubes, I'm in a lot of pain. Imagine an 8-year-old girl, 12 doctors and nurses standing around my bed. They take off the blanket, rip the Band-Aid off my back, and they speak difficult medical language, which I do not understand. I don't get an explanation of what's happening, no idea what this is about. Before the doctors leave the room, they say I must lay on my stomach for a while. The days after that go by slow. No desire to eat anything. I'm still in a lot of pain and I have no movement in my legs. I'm 8 years old and paralyzed from the waist down. During my rehab, I was introduced with tennis. And what a joy was that. I saw that I sometimes could hit the ball harder than that girl next to me. And I saw that I sometimes could move faster than the boy next to me. Tennis gave me confidence. Tennis was making me laugh. Tennis was making me take back control over my life. Believing in myself, trusting that everything would be all right. I have never felt more comfortable than I have on a tennis court. It's an indescribable, almost magical feeling. Tennis transformed me into the very essence of who I am today. A testament to the power of perseverance, resilience, and determination. This moment is not mine alone. It reflects the unlimited support, dedication, and love that has surrounded me throughout my tennis career. It's a celebration of the sport that has shaped my life in an incredible, and the incredible people who have walked this path with me. Thank you to my family, whose belief fueled my dreams and provided the backbone of my success. I know that they have enjoyed watching me, but I'm also sure that in all those years, there were times for them that it was stressful, or that they feared me traveling the world by myself. Thank you for never stopping to support me. And thanks Marijn for making me, And thanks Marijn for making me the strongest person out there, physically and mentally. I love you. And to Yinta, who is the sweetest girl in the world. Thank you to my coaches who saw potential in me, who gave me the push and the compliments when I needed them the most. You guided me towards success. And thank you to all the other wheelchair tennis players, role models like Monique Kalkman, Chantal van Dierendonk, who are also proud inductees of the International Tennis Hall of Fame. You opened the door to opportunities in wheelchair tennis for me. And also a big thank you to my opponents, such as Sonja Peters, Corey Homan, Daniela Di Toro. Battles with them on court have always been intense and challenging. Their skills and passion for the game have pushed me beyond my limits and forced me to constantly strive for improvement. We have witnessed each other's strengths and weaknesses, knowing that every match was an opportunity for growth. I accept this honor, and I am mindful of the responsibility it carries. A responsibility to inspire the next generation of tennis players, wheelchair tennis players included. To foster a love for the sport and to create pathways for individuals who dare to dream. With the Esther Vergeer Foundation, we work hard every single day to give kids with a physical disability a chance to play sports nearby their homes, just like every other kid. We guide them all the way from hospital bed to sporting club. And we will continue to do so until it's guaranteed that all those kids have an opportunity to play sports, to enjoy the benefits, make friends for life, and build on their confidence. And to every aspiring athlete, I say this: your journey on court is not just about hitting the ball. It's not just about counting your trophies. It's about chasing your dream. And it will teach you some beautiful lessons. Discipline, patience, the ability to adjust to any situation, and to recover from setbacks. Remember, the people you surround yourself with can have a big impact on your mindset, your aspirations, and your achievements. So choose wisely and surround yourself with individuals who uplift you, inspire you, and bring out the best in you. Embrace the growth that tennis brings, not just to your game, but to your character. In closing, I express my deepest gratitude to the International Tennis Hall of Fame for this prestigious honor. Thank you, and let's celebrate the power of tennis together.
Esther, we all add our congratulations. You have inspired an immeasurable number of people, and we know now as a member of the Hall of Fame you will inspire even more. Ladies and gentlemen, a little bit more program to come. We'll take a break and be back to Newport in just a moment. How about this class of 2023?
How we can help them from that moment on. You see that kids play more sports, that their confidence grow. I think it's an amazing honor if you can share experience which help other people. And probably one of the things that I'm most proud of. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, have you been inspired by these two remarkable members of the class of 2023? What a night it's been here in Newport. Once again, we offer our utmost and heartfelt congratulations to the newest members of the Hall of Fame, Esther Vergeer and Rick Draney. This celebration is just beginning. It will continue certainly here tonight throughout the evening and the rest of the weekend as we honor the Hall of Famers. But we remind you both, Esther and Rick, that this is now your home away from home, and we hope that you'll come back often every year as you now get a chance to welcome the new Hall of Famers going forward. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being with us. I'm Brett Haber. Good night from Newport.